Simmons and the Fultz on the front row. Simmons very aggressive in his heat race in that J2 car. Green flag is out and the race is on.
It's a good start from your front row. The top three are going to go into a bundle into turn number one. The J2 is Simmons. He's out front. Lonnie Farley there in the 20L of Ron LaFoltz. They're trying to figure out who's going to beat out the man in the middle, and that's going to be the 44X of Farley. He gets to that second position. Now he's going to go for the lead off of turn four. It's him and the J2 of Jack Simmons. Leader at the line will be the J2 of Simmons.
Farley side by side with Simmons. Some contact in turn one. They go up and over the banking. Farley, a rollover off of turn number two. Contact with he and Simmons. The red flag immediately comes out, stopping the racing action. Simmons and Farley getting together. Farley, the worst of it, doing several barrel rolls side over side at the exit of the...
Ron LaFoltz is now about a straightaway on the 53 of Wiles. Wiles falling back into the clutches of the 77 of Larson. Workmeister runs third. Workmeister runs fourth. Tanner fifth. And that is your top five, as this time off of four. It was 7 in with 5 to go.
32 of Workmeister putting it on Larson a little bit, trying to move up. Here comes Larson back on Wiles again. The 77 looking at the 53s. It gets a little slideways coming out of turn number two. The Fultz again, a commanding lead as it comes by the start-finish line. As it completes lap number 8. Here comes that battle again between Wiles and Larson as they come past the start-finish line.
53 of Andy Wiles heading to hold off the hard-charging Larson and Workmeister. That's your best battle on the racetrack is the 20L of LaFoltz. He's all but gone from the rest of the field. 8 laps in, 4 to go.
The Fultz looking at the inside of a lap car. Does that, no problem at all. Again, so battle going on between Workmeister there and Larson. Workmeister going to look to the inside as Larson gets a loose. Workmeister and Larson side by side out of turn number 2. The Fultz is checked out, going past the start-finish line. He's got a different zip code as he heads into turn 2.
As now down the back straightaway, it's still LaFoltz, and he is now almost a half track ahead of the rest of the field. As off of turn number 4, the white flag will fly for the 20L of Ron LaFoltz.
Good battle going on as well between Kaus and the double X of Steve Tanner. And a white flag comes out for the leader. Down the backstretch, looking for the victory. He's got 2 slower cars in front of him. He'll blow it up, and LaFoltz is going to come out of turn number 4. Here we go. Let's see if he can get the win.
Ron LaFoltz will pick up the Midwest Outlaw Vintage Racers feature, but the battle's still back there for second as the 53 of Andy Wiles will grab that position. Bob Workmeister in the 32W. He will finish up in that third position, followed by the 77 of Jack Larson, and then rounding out your top 5 will be the 7 of Charlie Kaus.
Gary Don Ainsworth in the 14 on the pole. Next to him, Randy Smith Jr., Emma Martin, and A.J. Sayers in row number 2. They come through turn 3, through turn 4. We get ready. Here we go.
As off of turn number 4, you are Green E Modifieds at I-35 Speedway with the 14 Ainsworth that leads the field into turn number 1.
Randy Smith right there on his bumper as they come out. Ainsworth the lead, and here comes Smith on the inside trying to take the lead as he comes into turn number 3. Side by side, Smith will try to roll up into that first spot when Ainsworth battles back out of 4.
Ainsworth uses the high side momentum. He leads lap number 1, Smith second, Martin third, Sayers fourth, Mulick fifth. The rest of the field all trying to battle for positions off of turn number 2.
A.J. Sayers right up there in that 4th spot, getting a challenge from the backside, but here they go up at the front. It looks like it's going to be Gary Don Ainsworth continuing to lead, but he's got a big battle in his hands. Randy Smith right there with them, and Emma Martin as well.
Ainsworth is starting to get that high side working. Randy Smith not letting him go anywhere. He slips up a little bit off of turn 2. That opens up about a car length and a half lead for Ainsworth into turn number 3. Smith works the middle of the racetrack. Ainsworth up top as Ainsworth will lead lap number 3.
Smith now a little bit of distance as Ainsworth pulls about a car length in front of Smith out of turn number 2. Down the backstretch, Emma Martin right there is with them. A little bit further back now, about 3 car lengths back. Smith again looks to the inside of Ainsworth as they come out of turn number 4.
It's still about a car length and a half between the 14 of Ainsworth and the 8S of Randy Smith Jr. Emma Martin still runs 3rd. Jesse Mulick has now worked into that 4th position. A.J. Sayers runs 5th. Charlie Brown 6th. The battle for 7th is between the 1 and 24 of Anthony Hill and the 09 of Shawnee Lanning.
In the battle for that lead as Martin again looks to the inside, bicycles that left front tire, but Ainsworth continues to show the way. Emma Martin again getting some pressure from Mulek. And again a side-by-side battle out of 2 for the lead.
Emma Martin is around in the middle of 1 and 2, so that third place run is going to come to an end and is going to collect some cars at the back end of it. And that is the 60, looks would be the 64 of John Ross and the 7D of Driston Dotson. The CB3 of Charlie Brown to that outside as the field rolls into 3. Lights are out. We're going to green off of turn number 4.
Here we go. Ainsworth in the middle of the pack. He'll diamond down. Let's see if he does. He's got Smith just underneath them. Here we go. We're back underway.
It's a good restart for the 14 of Ainsworth. He leads into turn number 1. The 8S of Randy Smith trying to hook the bottom of the racetrack, get drive off the corner, just unable to get that stick. As the 90 of Jesse Mulek is going to go to the outside. Smith will shut the door. Mulek will cross over to the inside, work the inside of the 8S of Smith. He's going to try to take that second position off of turn number 4.
Mulek and Smith side by side for that second spot as they head into turn number 1. Ainsworth right up there. Now Mulek trying to move by Smith. Smith still battling back on the outside for that second spot as they go into turn number 3.
Mulek's car looks fast, working the bottom of the racetrack. The 8S of Randy Smith working the middle. 14 Ainsworth up top. They're not losing much ground right now, trying to battle for that second position. If either one of them can settle it, they might have a challenge for the 14 of Ainsworth.
Ainsworth still showing the way, 7 laps down as he comes by. Now Smith moves solidly into that second spot. Mulek into third. And Smith looks to the inside of Ainsworth to the lead, coming out of turn number 4. Ainsworth still shows the way at the start-finish line.
8 laps in, 4 to go. The 8S of Randy Smith Jr. throws it deep into turn number 1, unable to make it stick. Ainsworth still leads into turn number 3.
Big power move. He's going to try it again. Smith down to the inside. He gets out of shape. He gets out of shape and goes from second to maybe third or fourth, able to hold on to third. That's going to move Mulek up into that second spot. Smith holding on to third as Ainsworth continues to show the way on lap number 9.
Mulek slipped up just a little bit off of turn number 2. That opened up about another car length for the 14 of Ainsworth. Ainsworth is going to have to be perfect these final 2 laps. Just 2 car lengths separate him and the 90 of Jesse Mulek.
And here comes Morrison up in the 50 car as well. The Candyman moving up into the 4th spot. Side-by-side battle. Now he's back in 5th. Don't give up on Morrison back there. Here comes Smith on the inside of Mulek. He'll try a crossover move. Mulek back to the inside. He'll take second back. 1 more lap to go for Gary Don Ainsworth.
That is exactly what the 14 of Ainsworth wanted to see as the 8 of Randy Smith Jr. goes around, and that brings out the yellow flag as Gary Ainsworth was just 1 corner over.
By 2, side by side. Gary Don Ainsworth at the front of the field, trying to hold off the rest of the pack. Here they go. Green-white checkered finish. Ainsworth hits the gas. The green flag is back out, and we are underway.
It's a good restart from the 14 of Ainsworth. The 90 of Mulek will clear for second and go right after Ainsworth. Mulek will slide up just a little bit of contact between the 2. The 14 of Ainsworth handles it nicely, and he'll take a couple car lengths into turn number 3.
Move Morrison up to that 3rd spot. Again, Mulek on the inside of Ainsworth. There's a couple of cars looking at riding the rim up top. Some contact for that 1st spot as Mulek gets out of shape. White flag for Ainsworth, and Mulek side by side for the lead through turn number 2.
Mulek gets 2 loose that time and spins in front of the field. Big contact with the 124 of Anthony Hill, and the 00 of Jason Inslee going to be involved in this one as well. And we will now throw the red flag out on the Speedway. It's a big mess down there on the back straightaway.
Huge contact.
14 of Ainsworth, he's going to have to give this a second go. Twice he's gotten to the final corner. Twice the yellow flag has come out. Now he's got the 50 of Leroy Morrison right behind him. Morrison still looking for that first victory. Is off of turn number 4. Back to green flag racing at I-35 Speedway.
Morrison looks to the inside, side by side. Ainsworth to the outside as they go into turn number 1. Morrison to the inside, slides up. Here's Ainsworth. Bumper tag as they hit it. Emma Martin to the inside as Ainsworth gets a little bit out of shape. Here comes Martin back on the inside. They come through turn number 4 with Morrison in the lead.
Leroy Morrison, he threw the slider, didn't quite clear Randy Ainsworth. Ainsworth gave him a bumper, but Morrison now out front as here comes back the 8S of Randy Smith Jr. He's going to have 1 last shot of it down at turn number 3.
Smith right there with them. Morrison, here comes Smith to the inside of Morrison, side by side for the lead as they come out of turn number 4. Checkered flag, who's it going to be? It's going to be Morrison that gets the win, followed by Smith, Ainsworth, and Martin.
And what a show your E-Modified drivers just put on. Let's give all of them a round of applause. What a race from your E-Modifieds. And it's an even start from your front row. The Leals are going to work into turn number 1. It's going to be Colton that takes the lead into turn number 1. Michael going to Work to the outside is now the 15 of Nick Drew around. He's going to collect the 20 of Chad Fuller. That'll bring out the yellow at I-35 Speedway.
So a tough start for the guys in turn number 1. 3 through the exit of turn number 4. Looking him over. The green flag is out and the race is on.
We're going to try this for a second time, and this time it's going to be the 13 JR of Colton Leal leading into turn number 1. He will work to the inside. The 13 of Michael Leal is going to work to the outside. Leal will take the outside, and that's Michael that's going to lead into turn number 3.
3 wide down the backstretch for the 3rd position as they battle back in there. Still up front, the Leals up front. It's going to be Michael Leal. 3 wide at the back is Fuller charging up in that 20 car. Gets a little slideways. Look at him in that 20 racing up through the field.
The 15 of Nick Drew is now moved into that 3rd position, and he'll work to the top side of the racetrack. The 2H of Hansen up there as well. The 20 of Chad Fuller is going to avoid the spinning 2H of Hansen. Hansen spins that car around, stays stopped on the inside of turn number 4, and that will bring out another yellow here in your Grand National feature.
Nick Drew and Chad Fuller had that incident at the start of the race, now running quickly up through the middle of the field. They come out of turn number 3, out of turn number 4. Here is the green flag, and we are back underway. 3 wide for second as they come down the front stretch.
And that was a stacked up restart. The 20 of Chad Fuller going to drive it deep into turn number 1. He will make it stick. He'll move into that 2nd position. The 15 of Nick Drew 3rd. The 13 JR of Colton Leal slides all the way back to 4th.
Fuller really driving amazingly as he came down the front stretch for the start. Now in the 2nd spot, side by side for second as they come past the start-finish line for the 3rd position.
The 15 of Nick Drew all the way up to the high side as the 20 of Chad Fuller got a little bit too high, and he opens up a big gap now to the 13 of Michael Leal. Michael Leal leads off at turn number 4, lap 4, 8 to go.
Michael Leal, and it's also Colton now. Colton in that 3rd position. He'll got some pressure from the 15 car of Drew, and now Drew is around in turn 2, and everybody skates around him, including Houston Johnson.
Just have one to deal with.
Here we go, looking for the green flag slowly as they come through the field, and it looks like we're going to get a battle quickly for that 2nd spot as Colton trying to move inside of Fuller. Colton Leal, and it's still Michael Leal. Now again side by side for second as they come down the backstretch.
Colton Leal will move past the 20 of Fuller, take over that 2nd position. Fuller continues to try to rip around the top side of the racetrack. Colton Leal down there on the bottom, but gives 2nd to the 13 JR of Colton Leal.
Fuller right there with them. Here comes Houston Johnson as well. That 97 car right in the cushion on the top side. The door shut a little bit by the 20 of Fuller. Another car around, but able to continue on in turn number 2.
As off of 4, your leader still the 13 of Michael Leal. Halfway that time by 6 laps in, 6 to go.
Michael Leal, Colton Leal in 2nd, Chad Fuller in 3rd, Houston Johnson in 4th. Houston Johnson sets his sights on Chad Fuller. Can he catch him to try to take over position number 3? Or can Fuller come back and try to get that 2nd spot back as they come by the start-finish line?
I misspoke a little bit earlier. A 10-lap feature for your Grand National, so we were 7 in, 3 to go, and the 13 of Michael Leal starting to drive away with this one as he heads into turn number 3.
Michael Leal with a sizable lead as he comes out of turn number 4. Colton behind him in the 2nd spot. Again, that battle for 3rd position heating up as it's Houston Johnson coming up on the bumper of the 20 of Chad Fuller for that 3rd spot coming into turn number 2. And it looks like Fuller's going to go a little bit higher as Johnson takes the cushion out of turn number 2.
As off of turn number 4, the white flag will come out for the 13 of Michael Leal. He has one more trip around the I-35 Speedway before he picks up the Grand National feature win. He works down the back straightaway and heads into turn number 3.
Michael Leal comes through turn number 3, takes the high line. Here he comes out of turn number 4. It's going to be Michael Leal that'll get the win. Good side-by-side battle behind him. It's going to be Colton in 2nd. Here we come out of 4. Chad Fuller and Houston Johnson. The 2H of John Hansen as the rest of the field flashes by the line as well. They come through 3, through 4. They hit the gas. The green flag is out and the race is on. Gerard quickly to the lead. Willard right there with them. Mick gets a little high, maybe have some trouble going on that 15 car as he slides to the back of the field. Meanwhile, Willard looking up, and here comes the 69 of Alvin Cooney, trying to move up in that pack, side by side for a battle for the 3rd position. Dakota Gerard trying to move up, battle for the lead as here comes Willard to the inside of Rick Gerard. Looking to the inside, side by side for the lead as they come through 3. Through the exit of turn 4. Willard to the inside, Gerard to the outside. Gerard holds onto the lead. Willard again looks to the inside. Can't make the pass. Cooney, and look at Miller, who's made his way up into the 4th position in the 55 car. Again, the battle for the lead as they come out of turn number 4. Willard, Gerard holding on to the lead. Cooney and Miller to the inside, looking to the inside of the 69 car. Can Miller make the move? Bunton back there in the 5th spot. Here's the battle for the lead, heating up again. Willard to the inside, Gerard to the outside. Door handle out of turn number 4. Gerard still showing the way. Willard again looking to the inside. Here comes Miller to the inside of Cooney, trying to take over the position number 3, and he does it. Miller to the 3rd position again, side by side for the lead. Through 3, through 4. Gerard and Willard side by side. Willard a little slideways coming through turn number 2. Gerard with the lead. A little tag there between the 2. Again, side by side for that lead. Gerard pulls a little bit ahead this time as they come to the start-finish line. 6 laps down, 4 to go. Gerard, Willard, Miller, Bunton, who's made his way up into 4th, and Cooney in the 69 in the 5th spot. Here they come out of turn 4. Gerard continues to lead. Willard right behind him. Miller in the 3rd position. Here's the battle for the lead again, heating up at the front of the field. Willard with a peek on the inside of Gerard. Again, he looks to the inside of Gerard. Through 3. Willard still looking to the inside. Couldn't make the pass. 2 laps remain. Side by side for the lead again. Gerard continues to lead. Just able to get a little bit more momentum coming off the corner. Willard takes it high, trying to look low. Gerard blocking him just a bit as they came through at 4. Now side by side. 1 more lap to go. Who's it going to be? Willard to the inside. Gerard to the outside. Willard with a little bit of an advantage coming down the backstretch. Side by side for the lead through 3, through 4. Side by side out of 4. Who's it going to be? Willard and Gerard. It's going to be Willard, followed by Gerard, Miller, Bunton, Cooney as they come to the line. Dakota Gerard, Isaiah Penton, and the rest of the group, including Petty Jr., to the line as well. Wow, what a side-by-side battle between all those drivers. And it looks like they're not going to keep that one as they come rolling out of turn number 4. 7 feature victories in the 72. Here we go. Cadwalder trying to get that win as well. Out of 4, side-by-side for the lead again. Ron Hill relegated back to the 2nd spot as Cadwalder able to pull up. Now Sheets inside of Ron Hill. Sheets inside of Hill. Hill able to motor back on the outside. Now Diamonds down to the inside, taking over position number 2. Three laps down, 5 to go. Hill looks to the inside of Cadwalder, not able to make the pass. He'll come through turn number 3. Looks to the inside. Will he be able to make the pass? Sheets back to the outside of Hill in that 2nd position. Sheets battling side by side with Hill. 4 down, halfway home. Cadwalder again showing the way. 72 of Hill having a battle with Sheets for that 2nd spot. Little bumper tag as it came down the front stretch. Hill takes it a little bit lower on the apron of the track. Cadwalder to the middle side of the track. A little bit more towards the cushion as he comes through 3 and 4. Sheets takes a bit higher line too. Hill down at the bottom near the apron. Cadwalder, Hill, and Sheets still 1, 2, 3. Sheets with some heavy pressure on Hill. And a spin again as the 10 loops it around in turn 2, able to continue on. White flag comes out for the leader, Cadwalder, Hill, and Sheets, 1, 2, 3. Hill looks to the inside, Cadwalder gets a little bit loose, coming out of 2. Here comes Hill looking back to the inside. Side by side for the lead, coming out of 3, coming out of 4. Who's it going to be? Side by side for the lead is going to be Cadwalder, who gets the win, followed by Hill and Sheets in the 3rd spot. And the 10 of Albert Curtis will round out the field in the 4th position. Cars. 49 just behind. Bobby Lane takes the lead coming through turn number 2, showing the way through turn number 3. 49 to the outside. Stevens to the outside. Here comes Bobby Lane continuing to lead at the front of the field. 12-lap feature. Again, Bobby Lane out of the exit of turn number 2. Still showing the way up front in the 01 car. 49 battles back to the outside, side by side for the lead as they come out of turn number 2. Lane and Stevens. Here comes a 49 car to the lead. Bobby Lane relegated second, but here comes Lane back on the inside, side by side for the lead out of 4. Stevens and Lane, they have a slower car just in front of him. Bobby Lane has to check up a little bit. Still relegated to the 2nd spot. Looking to the inside quickly. Here comes Bobby Lane fighting back to the inside. Down around the apron. Side by side for the lead. Stevens able to continue up front. 4 laps down. Lane to the inside, trying to take that shorter distance. Lane again, battling back to the inside, liking the shorter line as he comes through turn number 3 and out of 4. 49 to the outside, Stevens. Here comes Lane back to the inside, side by side for the lead, out of 2. Now Stevens will maintain the lead. Here comes Bobby Lane back to the inside, through 3, through 4. Good battle for the lead. Again, Bobby Lane looking to the inside. Can't get the momentum through the corner. Stevens able to motor out of it. Back to the inside, side by side for the lead again, coming out of 4. They'll have some slower traffic in front of them. How will the leaders negotiate as they come through the backstretch into 3 and out of 4? Lane has to woe it up a little bit with some lap traffic. He'll follow the leader as he comes by the start-finish line. 8 laps down. 4 laps remain for Stevens. 1 more lap car to get by. Lane back in this 2nd position. Comes around now with 3 laps remaining. Bobby Lane again heads to the inside of the track, looking at that apron as he comes through the corner.
White flag, next lap, white flag.
2 laps will remain this time by. 49 of Stevens still showing the way. Here comes Lane. A little bit of a twitch there in turn number 1. Able to hit the accelerator out of 2. Trying to close the gap. It'll be white flag this time by. 1 more time around. 49 of Stevens again leading the way out of turn 2. Good battle for that 3rd position just behind this group. But Lane up front trying to get the win. 49 in the lead. Here they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Stevens who gets the win, followed by Lane. 9S a little bit further back. The 9S of Jeff Bard finishes in the 3rd position. But with his first feature victory here, the number 49 of Spencer Stevens. How about the victory on Stevens? Boy, what a great win.